Hello, in this lesson we're going to start off learning 736 and 2 of 4. These are very common movements in gospel, and basically what you should know is your major chords and your minor chords. And when I refer to 736, I'm referring to the numbers of the scale. So in the key of C, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to the 1 again. So if you're in the key of C, this is what the bass player is going to do: 7, 3, 6. And if you were playing the piano with that, you would play the 1 first. So, and you would play 7, but in the key of C, the 7 chord is diminished. But we're not going to play a diminished chord. We're going to play a minor chord. So we're going to play C major and voice that nice and you know, however you wanted to voice that. And then we're going to play B minor, and then we're going to play 3, the 3 chord, and that's going to be something nice and pretty. Normally that's something like this, or, you know, like this. And normally you could look at it that way. Just play a C on the right hand with a A flat, C, and a D on the left. And then if you look there, you have a tritone for E. So we'll come back to that. So in the key of C, let's play a B minor. And this is how I'm going to voice my B minor. And basically what I have here is on the left hand, I have a B, G flat, and a D flat, and an E, A, and an E, and then, you know, this C sharp in there also, or the D flat in there also. So from there, it's a nice movement. Then I can go to that E7, and this is what I did. So those same notes that I called out before with the A flat, C, D, and then a regular C chord, second inversion on the right hand. And then I grace note it on the right hand. And then here's a fun thing you can do. You can actually take that, you have a tritone for E there, tritone away, A flat and D, it's a tritone for E. You can actually take the whole thing and go up and down. So it'll sound like this. And that's pretty nice. Or you can do like this, where I'm reaching over A, E flat, and then I have a C sharp major chord here. And then reach over to the G, and then grace note. And basically, as you progress in your playing, you're going to be doing a lot of that. I know you hear a lot of players do that, and they have, you know, they just basically do a voice leading on the right hand. And what that does is that kind of adds attitude to your playing, attitude to your chords, and it, you know, to grace note certain notes. But let's go back. So from in the key of C, and there are different ways to do it. A simple way that I teach beginners to do it is I'll say C, and I'll play a D minor on the right hand and go to B on the left. And then I'll take the A and the D and drop them down a half step and go to E on the left hand and go down to A minor, by playing a C on the right hand and an A on the left. And that actually makes a nice little suspended effect that works well with organ. So, right? So check it out. Or you can do it this way. It's very, I remember this chord is from the 80s. It really is. So you want to learn that in every key, and you know, in the key of C, the 736 is kind of a bit high up. Let's say in the key of F, it grunts a little bit. A flat really grunts, but I'll get to that in another video. So let's play the E minor. This is in the key of F now. Let's play the E minor, and this is how I'm gonna voice it. And you'll find that different keys have their own different attitudes. It's all the same stuff, just in different keys. It's just the way your hand positions go, it will make you play differently. So you want to be proficient in every key, and you want to think of every key as its own instrument. So let's do this. So I really like this because it hangs. That B flat really hangs and suspends. It kind of adds a tension and really makes it pretty. So it's like the movements are moving, but underneath it's B flat. And then from there, so let me call that out. So on the left hand I have a D and an A flat, and then I have a G minor on the right hand. So what you want to do, and I'm going to call out the notes, D, G, and B flat. And that's very nice, but you want to start looking at your chords and you want to start recognizing what they are right away. So you're not thinking, oh, it's D, G, and B flat on the right hand. And you want to think tritone for E on the left hand, G minor on the right hand. And then A7 flat 9, A7, 13 flat 9, and and all that is just an F sharp over A. And then from there you can do something like this, which is a lot like what I did in the key of C back then. Basically F sharp on the right hand, D, A flat on the left hand, so and then F sharp on the right hand, and then again you can play around with that. And this is my D minor. Rootless would be something like this, but basically my D minor is going to be like that. And look at that, that's a C on the right hand with a D. So you want to play a minor chord. Let's go back to the key of C, and think of your major and minor chords differently. Learn the voicings, learn what works for you, but then think of them as just simple major and minor chords. And then when you get into your sharp 5 flat 9s and however you want to voice that kind of stuff, you'll just basically, how many ways are they to fry an egg? So let's do it. A lot of gospel players like to try to hide their chords by playing in F sharp, and F sharp was a hard key for me to play, but if it's just, so let's try that in that key. So let's do this. So, or you can do it like this, something like this. And this I actually picked up from gospel keyboards. So let's play at E major on the right hand with an F sharp on the left hand. So I'm playing an E major, and I'm bringing everything down a half step. So now I have an E flat on the right hand and an F on the left hand. And then from there, I do, so it's kind of like, so the theme would be, so it does this twice, and you get a nice movement on the other side of that. So it's kind of like, right? My fault. So like this, and then you want to do this, which is a big, large, reaching chord, but it's I have an E, B, D on the left hand, and I have an A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat on the right. So just E, 13, 9, and then sharp 11, whatever you wanted to, however you want to think of that. However, whatever's going to stop you from getting processor burnout. So let's go, and then this chord, right, hold on, right. What did I do here? So I went from here, I called this out already, and then There's my E flat minor, and then I did this. So I have a B on the right hand and a tritone for A on the left hand, which is a G and a D flat. And then from here, from this point on, you can go ahead and rewind the video and get your 736 and go ahead and practice that in every key. Go back to the key of C if you have to and do that same old rule, right? And make sure you can apply that to every key. Let's go to F sharp and let's do this. So from there, let's go on to a 4.